What kind of player are you? This is the most important question that a human being can ask or answer. For myself, I'm a player who is actually more often the GM. So when I'm sitting in a player's seat, this brings with it certain merits and maybe a flaw or two. I subscribe to a playstyle that Andrew Wood has given a name to, and that name is I sit next to the GM, brother. And what that means is that I try and facilitate the GM's experience of running the game and make it easier and more entertaining for the GM and everyone else involved. I'm always trying to make characters with backgrounds that have interesting plot hooks that the GM can pick up at any time. I insert into those backgrounds stories that I like, stories that I want to see, and a character's background is extremely important, but it's a character's foreground, their future, that is most important. I try and bring in characters that have, in their backgrounds, that have enemies and addictions and lofty goals and people that they want to save and or kill. And I try and give them connections to the world to make it feel more lived in and to make it feel more real. That's the merit of knowing what it's like to be in the GM seat. I'm an entertainer, first and foremost, and I feel like I always must be the favorite player. I don't min-max characters for power, but I will maximize stories to be remembered. And I'll use this vanity and my pathological need to be liked for the benefit and the entertainment of all at the table. That's my approach to the game. And there are some certain characters that I like to run in a game. Now, for characters, for my type, I like secrets. And I like characters who have them, and I like characters who can ferret them out. In D&D, I like rogues and illusionists. In Star Wars, I like smugglers and galactic scouts going to distant worlds. In Vampire, I like the Malkavians and the Nosferatu. I feel like they're just, made for me. And I like psionics more than I like magic. So if a setting has both, I'll typically go psionic, so that I can literally get into the minds of NPCs and learn more. I'm a person who feels that flaws make a character. I like to take interesting flaws for my character that the GM can go and lift those up with the plot hooks and bring them to the light and tell interesting stories with this character's background and the myriad of things that are no doubt wrong with them. I enjoy the lore of a setting. I enjoy getting in there and learning more. So if my character is at a tavern and I see a group of dwarves quaffing their ale, I'll approach them, be like, dwarves, tell me more about your nasty-ass culture, you dirt-worshipping heathens. I like to approach NPCs and find out more about them. As you might imagine, I enjoy bringing humor to a character. Now, I'm not going to ruin the mood of a horror game like Call of Cthulhu or Vampire. I'm never going to make a joke character. But I still like to bring in something that is humorous. I mean, even in a horror movie like The Thing, MacReady's character still brought some humor with his surliness and his less than stellar intellect. And like I said before, since I feel that flaws make a character, I will use genuine flaws. But sometimes they can be played for, something that's a bit funny. Unrelenting greed, that's a genuine flaw that can get, one of my characters into trouble. But it can also be a bit funny to see like how fast, this dwarf will be bought or bribed as soon as someone flashes him a fistful of gold. He's like, yeah, your idea sounds great, just give me the gold. A character with massive arrogance or hubris. It's funny to see them bluster about and then get, and they're getting on everyone's nerves, but then they get brought down a peg when they fail at something and, other people see it and they're like, well, I meant to do that. Or I like playing an uncouth oaf, a character who is a liability in any social situation. Although it could be ironic that when the party goes to talk to the kick-ass duke of the land You know, it's my oafish character, and he's the only one really telling the truth to the face of this Duke. You know, and the other characters are kissing his ass, but you know, my character's like, your taxes are stupid, and your army is a bunch of pansies. And you know, Dukes don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. And so, in short, I would say my primary goal as a player is to entertain everyone. That's how I feel that I win at an RPG, is when everyone leaves the table telling the stories of that gaming session for hopefully years to come. I like to make a lasting impression. So, there you have it. That's my personal playing style. Thank you for watching, and happy gaming, everybody.